Hello guys, welcome to our channel. I hope you all are doing well. We post amazing revenge stories daily. Before diving into the video, if you are new to our channel, don't forget to hit the subscribe button to get the notification. Now getting straight to today's first story, posted by you/deleted. Revenge on cheating wife, now ex, as well as the karma that came afterwards. So I am in the army and I was married. I was approaching my first deployment to Iraq. It was very stressful and it had my wife wanting me to find a way to stay and not deploy. Obvious things any wife would try to talk about. Anyway, so we have no kids but both want them. So we talk about getting out of debt while I'm gone. She talks to her best friend back home in another state where we are both from. Her friend agrees to let her move in and charge a modest $300 in rent so that we can get out of debt and start a family when I come back. A plan I was actually very pleased with. I deploy, she is there crying her eyes out saying she will miss me and loves me and we will start a family when we get back. Fast forward 2 months. She starts acting distant. Not wanting to talk much on our scheduled calls or text back 1 or 2 word answers. We've been together 6 years, she is never at a loss for words. Anyway, one day she says I need some space. She asked someone who is 10,000 miles away for space. I say why, she says she just needs space. She wants to find herself. So I remember back when we lived at home, she had a guy who was always being borderline inappropriate. I'm not a very jealous person and I trust her. So I start seeing said guy on in basically all her pictures she posts with a group. Every time he is in the picture. Everyone else changes but never him. So for the first time I'm very jealous and uneasy about everything. So I clone her phone so I receive every text she receives as well as every text she sends. I'll never forget the first text I saw after cloning her phone. Hey babe, I'll see you after work, want me to save you any of my leftovers? From her to him. It destroyed me. I lost 35 pounds in a week. I didn't eat or sleep, I stared at the phone watching every conversation. Watching them talk about trying to have a baby. It was literally everything a married person fears. I ask her if she is seeing someone and she says no, she isn't. She is taking care of herself and she loves me, blah blah. I don't say anything about receiving her texts for 2 months. Over this time she finally admits cheating and that he is so much better than me at X, treating her right, and he does what she wants. During this time she pays our debt off, gets tattoos with him, matching I love you tattoos, goes to shows with him, buying clothes etc. With the money I'm making. So this is where revenge starts. I put a freeze on the account for a month, and that time I change every password to every account to things she won't guess, army jargon slang terms. I block her on FB and my phone so she has no way to contact me. She lost her car to repo a few months later, got kicked out of her place, had to sell her prized shoes and purses just to stay alive. I then find out she got a job at her old restaurant. So I post all the text conversations I have with her and the guy talking about having babies that have time stamps on it, as well as post conversations we had with the matching time stamps showing all of our friends what she has done. I then have friends call and complain at her job constantly on both he and her. They work at a restaurant, so I also have friends dine and dash. They both get fired. So she tries to call my command and tell them that I am abandoning her and she can't provide for herself. My commander knows what is going on. He does nothing because he had something similar happen. Then about a month before I come back, she calls me from another number to tell me she is pregnant with his kid. Mind you, I'm still gone, so we cannot get divorced yet. She moved away with him. 10 hours from me. April 24, 2018. She calls me 5 months pregnant, crying uncontrollably, asking me where she should go. Apparently they have a giant blow-up fight. She tells him she is leaving. She says she doesn't know where to go and I simply say, sorry, not my problem anymore. Fast forward January of this year. She calls me from a mutual friend's phone. Her, he hit me. I don't know what to do. Me, maybe, you don't cheat on your husband when he is deployed for some guy who talks a big game. Her, well I guess you are happy about this. Me, no, but I'm glad I know I'm not the bad guy in this story. And then the next month. Her, he is cheating on me with 2 girls. I'm sorry. I regret everything I did. I fucked it all up. Me, yeah you did. All in all, this woman destroyed my life. Put me into a deep depression I'm still dealing with. But I do feel a little better having proof that I wasn't the problem. To think if this happened even 10 or 5 years ago, I would have come back to an empty bank account, an empty house, as well as seeing my then wife pregnant with another man's baby. She actually hit me up yesterday to ask for some money to help cover rent. Edit, answer a few questions. I realized I left out that we got divorced before the kid was born, so I have no financial responsibility to her, haven't now for almost a year. I mainly use T-Mobile's Digit service to clone the phone. Google it, I don't feel like typing it. Also no, I wasn't celebrating that she was physically abused. I did tell her to call the cops, but that's all I did. It's not right to abuse someone, but I also have no responsibility to watch out for her well-being. Here are some comments on the story. The first comment posted by Miram16. Someone who prizes shoes and purses when they are trying to save to start a family is immature at best, shallow at worst. You may not have realized what kind of person she really is, but she showed you. You dodged a bullet, buddy. My wish for you is next time you'll find a woman with some substance who already learned life's lessons. Second comment is posted by Typical Aussie. Been in a similar situation, although I wasn't married to her and she'd been cheating before I was deployed to Afghanistan with my best mate. Long story short, I found out after I got back and knocked 5 of his teeth out. My commander also did nothing but laugh and high-five me face with tears of joy. As for the GF, she's now an ice addict, duck her. Third comment posted by Faded Through Life. I'm interested in how he cloned her phone from 10,000 miles away. That isn't meant as I don't believe you or anything, just generally curious. But anyone who cheats on a significant other who is serving overseas gets whatever comes their way, as that is a horrible thing to do to someone who is risking their life for a bunch of strangers. Fourth comment posted by Silver928. I'm sorry, man. I'm also in the army and that's one of my biggest fears as well, but thankfully, I've been fortunate enough to find someone who wouldn't cheat. But you're right, it wasn't your fault. I hope it gets better for you, I really do. Fifth comment posted by Kabaiburung. Having worked as admin personnel in the Navy, good on you for getting her out of your life without her claiming any of your pay and benefits. I've had to deal with too many guys in similar situations that were still mandated, some by court, to pay for cheating wives and child support for kids that were obviously not theirs, stupid state laws, and help them figure out a way out of all of it while still maintaining their sanity. Getting forward to today's second and final story by you/adspiritual1886. Ida, for telling my parents I would not care for my obese brother. When my little brother Teddy was born, his umbilical cord was wrapped around his neck. According to my mom, he wasn't breathing for at least 3 minutes. Since then, my parents often used that as an excuse for Teddy's behavior. My childhood became a living hell with Teddy. Give Teddy your candy. He died coming into this world. Let him play with your friends. He died coming into this world. Let him open your presents. Teddy almost didn't have a birthday. I had to put up with Teddy's tantrums, abuse, fits and bad behavior. If I touched a single hair on his head, I got punished while Teddy got away with whatever he did. It became so bad that when I was 15, I moved out the house to live with family members away from Teddy. My contact with my parents and Teddy is limited. Currently I'm 35 and Teddy is 26. When he was 18, he decided he wanted to be a competitive eater, which turned into just eating. Teddy now weighs almost 600 pounds. 'Cause of his weight, he can't hold a job and lives with our parents who still cater to him and pay for everything. Since Teddy requires round-the-clock care, my parents hardly leave the house. They weren't present at my wedding, only see the grandkids if I bring them around, and all family events like dinners have to held at their house 'cause it's hard to move Teddy. A few days ago Teddy suffered a bad fall that put him in the hospital. My husband and I at least came to see him. My parents complained that the hospital wasn't feeding him enough, didn't have a wheelchair big enough for him, and naturally they didn't want to hear anything about his weight. It would be easier to turn water into gold. To make a long story short, my parents pulled my husband and I aside and asked a large amount of money for Teddy's care. They said that they didn't have money to keep caring for him and were having to dip into their retirement funds. They even suggested that once Teddy is cleared to go home, he move in with us 'cause my husband and I are well off with a bigger house and so we can get a break 'cause we have to care for him all year round while you just visit. I said no. My husband told them hell no. We both work full-time. Our kids are enrolled in sports and dance. We made it clear that Teddy would not be moving in with us, nor would we be moving our schedule around to deal with him or giving them the money even though we could afford it. He's your brother. You almost didn't have a brother. We left the hospital. My mom later called me, berating me abandoning the family and Teddy and demanding money. I told her I would not care for Teddy under any circumstances. Even if something happened to her and my dad, I would not care for my brother, and he's her problem, not mine. My mom cursed me out over the phone and hung up. I do feel a little bad cause Teddy is my brother, but he made my life hell and my parents refused to take any responsible for his behavior. Am I the a-hole? Here are some comments on the story. The first comment is posted by Kitty Muffin Pile. Not the a-hole, he can't hold a job and lives without parents who still cater to him and pay for everything. They enabled him to get to 600 pounds, close to his death. He's not much longer for this world. These are based on his decisions, which you are not responsible for. They need serious family therapy to see how their behavior is leading to the death of their son. They can't just help him get close to death then pawn the problem off on someone else. Second comment is posted by Great White North Extra. Hard not the a-hole, you parents have done your brother a great disservice and did not prepare him for the real world. There is no way you should take in your brother. I do feel bad for him, but this is not your burden. If your parents truly cannot care for your brother, he belongs in a care facility. You should not be paying to care for him. Third comment is posted by Lola_M1224. Not the a-hole, and I feel so badly for your brother because they raised him to be like this. But at some point, he has to take responsibility. That responsibility, however, is not yours. Final comment of the video is posted Tankine Soft Salt. LOL competitive eater who just turned into an eater. Of all the troll posts today, this one is the most TLC ready show of them all. This is the end of today's video. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you liked it, please don't forget to hit the like button and comment below.